Let's do some Q&A on the brain in pain. You've reached Talking with Dr. Terry, 180 Seconds to a Better You, message number 512, and I'm Dr. Terry Wurzbacher. There were some questions and comments about pain in the brain that required more space than I could give in the weekly roundup. Coach Clifford talked about researching pain, and he recommended all the usual things: elevation, ice, compression, etc. But he finished his comment with the importance of and need to keep a daily pain journal. My response is that for chronic pain, this is a big no. Once all the structural issues have been ruled out, which is where a pain journal can help, you don't want to call attention to your pain at all. You should find another word for pain. Many use bananas, but I've used Oscar. And you should not journal or talk about your pain. Every one of those activities calls attention to it, and guess what? That gives the brain a greater sense of danger. You're looking for the opposite. You want to calm your brain down. You want to calm the pain down. You want to not be afraid of the pain. But I'm so glad that Coach Clifford brought that up. Debbie had said something a few days ago about wondering if she should ask people how their pain is, and that depends. If it's part of your job, then you have to do it. If not, I wouldn't do it. But the other person probably isn't aware of all that you've learned about this paradigm shift towards pain science, so they may just think you're being uncaring. You can talk with the person, or you can continue the way you have been until they seem to be ready. You have to take each case individually. Terry wanted me to talk more about women, and she wondered why I only used men in the 3 stories and only cited men in my references. Well, I may have only used 3 stories of men because they were the best to exemplify those concepts. If they had happened to women, and they could have, and I knew about them, I would have used them. But I'll also remind you that I've given you lots of details about my own pain experience, and I'm a woman. As far as who I cite, I've mostly cited Dr. Schubiner, and of course the icon for all of this, Dr. Sarno. That's because I've learned the most from them, and because Dr. Schubiner's new book, Unlearn Your Pain, has just come out. I and many others think that he's the GOAT. But there's also Nicole Sachs, Georgie Oldfield, both of whom have been prominent in this field. I just started a book by a woman named Rachel Zoffness, Zoffness, who's a PhD, and it's called Tell Me Where It Hurts. I haven't read enough yet to give you a valid review, but it seems okay to start with. Well, I think we're going to have to finish this up tomorrow, but these have been great questions and comments. Have a diamond day, everybody.